Hi everyone, I'm Ricky from Tech Talk, and today we're unboxing the Sony Xperia XZ1 supplied to us by Vodafone UK. So on the front of the packaging here, you have the Xperia branding, you have Sony as well. There is a X on there that you can see as well if I tilt it in the right way. Just looking at the bottom here, you actually see the brand name as well, Xperia XZ1. And if we turn around to the back, as there's not much information on the sides, then you have a very minimalist detailed information down here on the bottom as well. So once zoomed in so I can see this here, you have a 19 megapixel motion eye camera, 13 megapixel front facing camera, a 5.2 full HD HDR display, USB-C, 2700 mAh battery, Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor, 64 gigabytes of onboard storage, an IP65-68 rating. And along the bottom as well, you just have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, micro SD and Android as well. So removing our lid, you're going to find our device in a moonlit blue color here. So we have our device. Underneath we're going to find some paperwork information. In your box, you will receive your headphones, your charger cable, and a UK 3-pin plug. This is a review sample. So we also have some information about Sony warranty and safety, and then a startup guide as well. And then with this one, we do have a USB-C cable for syncing and charging. So this is absolutely fine to test out in this video. But don't worry, you will receive the full accessories in your product. Jumping in and seeing a closer look here at Sony Xperia XZ1, you see your front facing camera and all its sensors. Turning to the top, you see this lovely polished design color as well. This moonlit blue is a beautiful color. Along the top there you have a headphone jack and a microphone. Turning to the back, you see this motion eye camera, and this will actually start to predict what you're trying to shoot before you actually take your photograph, which I think is absolutely fantastic. You've got Xperia brand in there. Coming down, you've got this very nice sharp design, I think very cornered off, squared cornered off design. But looks very nice in this moonlit blue color. So you have two front facing speakers as well. You have your USB-C at the bottom for charging and syncing. Again, we find another microphone here. Along the left hand side only, you're going to find your SIM card and SD card tray. On the right hand side is where you're going to find all your keys. So starting at the bottom, you have a dedicated camera shutter button there. You have your power button, which is indicated by silver and that has a logo, and this is also a fingerprint sensor. And then you have your volume rockers as well. So let's power on the device and set it up together. So now we're into our welcome screen, and there's one thing I just want to point out here. You have visual aids. Going into here, you can change the settings that you need to change to use your phone, which I think is fantastic. From a person that is visually impaired, it's always great to see this. Inside here, you have magnification, font size, display size, and select to speak and talk back, which I think is fantastic. And what we're going to do is jump into font size here. I'm actually going to make it a little bit bigger. It's going to be easier for me to read when we're doing the setup process. So you have welcome, and let's get started. Important information, so you have to agree to the services. Internet connection, we can either use Wi-Fi or use the mobile phone signal. So we're going to use the mobile phone signal. Welcome to Xperia. So this is where we can set up as new device or back up from an old Android or iPhone device. We're going to set up as new. Get connected, so we can either choose a Wi-Fi network here or use our mobile phone signal, and we're going to use the mobile phone signal. It's just going to check for any updates or software updates that may need to be done. Next, it will ask you to sign into your Google account. So if you don't have a Google account, you can also create one here. You will need a Google account as well, so you can buy apps, games, movies, TV shows, and music. Once you click that tick, it will ask you to agree to the services. Through this process, if you have any questions or queries, always drop a comment and I'll be happy to help. So unlock with a fingerprint. So we're going to set up the fingerprint sensor here. So when you set up a fingerprint here, it's going to ask for extra security. So you can either choose a pattern, PIN, or password. So we're going to do a pattern, draw a simple pattern. Again, draw a simple pattern. Make sure it's the correct one. Then you simply, so just move your thumb till you hear a vibration, then lift again, and then just place around. It'll say to move it around. That's what that red text is saying. So once this is done here, you can hit next. You can also add another finger. Then we've got Google services here. So I'm just going to take off backup, but all the other services are fine to use. So I want to get the best of this phone possible. So then you can set up Google Assistant. So we're just going to skip this for the moment. You go through a simple setup phrases and it will work. Very simple. Next we have Xperia services, so we can just log in with our Google account here. You have Xperia Intelligence Engine, which wants to know your location, which is fine because I'm road testing this device and it's not an issue for myself. So this stage is just telling us about software upgrades, app upgrades that it will do in the background, and do you mind using your Wi-Fi or mobile connection? So we're going to say mobile connection here, it's not an issue. If you want to save data, always use Wi-Fi. Anything else, you could set up any other accounts here, and we're done. Then you've got the Vodafone apps as well that are going to be pre-installed, but if we just press the home button here, you can see we're into our home display, and with the color of the background as well, the same color of the device, it actually makes them bezels look even narrower, which I think is really a great idea. So I'm looking forward to testing out the Sony Xperia XZ1. If you do have any questions, queries, if you need any answers, please drop a comment down below. Be more than happy to help. You can see we've got our Google page there. I can tap to talk to Google Assistant as well. You've got your notification center, you've got your widget area here. Very nice, very smooth to run through. Really looking forward to testing out this phone. You also have your PlayStation apps as well, so we'll be testing out the PlayStation connectability. And then I just want to show you the build for this device. So if we go into settings, we've got loads of applications in here already. So it is 64 gigabytes of onboard storage, and you do have a micro SD as well. So if you're a bit worried about bloatware there, you do have the extra storage ability. So with this device as well, this is running Android 8.0, which is Oreo. So we can double tap on this. Double tap, and we seem to get like a Oreo sea monster here, which is kind of cool. But this is my first device to actually run Android 8.0 Oreo, so I'm looking forward to testing that out, especially when it comes to accessibility as well. Thanks always for watching. Remember, if you do have any questions or queries about this phone, and the link will be in the description as well, so you go and check it out on Vodafone UK. Massive thank you to them for supplying this great device, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.